Sister Wives Janelle raises flags. Where's Savanah living? Sister Wives star Janelle Brown raised some flags during the latest episode as it left viewers wondering where her youngest daughter was living. She noted that she still had family in Flagstaff with Gabe, Garrison, and Savanah. Yet, Savanah was not close to her father, Cody Brown, or his wife, Robin, so where did that leave her? Keep reading for more on what fans had to say. Janelle Brown raises flags. Where's Savanah living? In the Sunday, February 2nd, 2025 episode of Sister Wives, Janelle Brown made some big moves. She left her life in Flagstaff behind and moved everything to North Carolina. This was huge for her as she and the Browns had all relocated there in 2018. It was a fresh start and Janelle was really excited about living on their land, Coyote Pass. She was hopeful about building a home and even bought an RV so she could live there to get a feel for what life would be like when they finally got everything paid off. Unfortunately, that never happened as all of the OG wives left the marriage. Janelle felt that it just was not clicking anymore as they did not spend any time together. Plus, he rarely saw their youngest daughter, Savanah, and was estranged from their oldest children. Finally, she saw how Cody favored his fourth wife, Robin, so it was a no-brainer. Janelle decided she wanted her investment from Coyote Pass back, while she and her daughter, Maddie, bought land in North Carolina. Ultimately, she decided to move there, but something was off about the relocation. As Janelle Brown was finishing up packing the moving van, she made mention of who she was leaving behind in Flagstaff. She cited two of her sons, Gabe and Garrison, who passed away in March 2024. Then, she said her youngest daughter, Savanah. Savanah had graduated high school and everyone celebrated that, but where was she going to live? As far as viewers were concerned, she and Janelle were a package deal. A Reddit thread was soon started to address this with the OP writing. First question, do we know who Savanah lived with and why she stayed when Janelle left? The timeline needs help. Sister Wives fans were very confused about the timeline. It was just Valentine's Day at Cristin Brown Wooley's, which would mean Garrison Brown would have passed the following month. Additionally, Mary Brown was talking about wanting a boyfriend. She showed off Amos Andrews in January 2024, so this would have been a storyline around the time Janelle was moving as well. Nothing appears to be going in order, so did fans have any answers regarding Savanah? They put the offer on the NC land in December. I think Janelle moved just after that, at least before March when Garrison passed. Savanah moved after her college semester, May 2024. I'm guessing Savanah and Gabe lived in the apartment Janelle rented until Savanah finished her college year. Savanah did end up moving in with Maddie in North Carolina and does attend college there. So, as the Redditor noted, she likely finished out her semester in college while applying to schools in NC. Janelle also likely had a lease on her apartment, which her kids may have taken over. It does feel like Savanah keeps getting left out of things or forgotten in these situations. Asterisk asterisk Sister Wives. Janelle raises flags. Where's Savanah living? Asterisk asterisk. The snow-covered landscape outside was a perfect reflection of the storm brewing within the Brown family. As Janelle sat on her couch, sipping her tea in the quiet hours of the morning, her mind raced with questions that seemed to be growing more urgent by the day. There had been a shift, subtle but undeniable, in the atmosphere of the Brown household. Janelle had always been the calm, logical presence within the family, the one who was able to see past the drama and focus on the bigger picture. But lately, she couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. It wasn't just the tension between Cody and the wives, which was now practically an unspoken elephant in every room. It was something deeper, something more personal. Her thoughts turned toward Savanah, her youngest daughter, who had been spending more and more time away from home. It wasn't unusual for children to leave the nest as they grew older. Savanah, now a teenager, was exploring her independence, as most young adults do. But Janelle had noticed that Savanah's absences were becoming longer, and there was a growing distance between them. Her daughter seemed to be slipping away, and it left Janelle wondering, where exactly was Savanah living now? It had all started with small, inconspicuous moments. Savanah would come home late from school, often carrying the faint scent of someone else's perfume, a telltale sign that she had been spending time at a friend's house, or, as Janelle later discovered, with family members that weren't part of the core Brown family. But these little absences were beginning to form a larger puzzle that Janelle couldn't quite piece together. When Janelle broached the subject with Cody, she had expected him to be just as concerned. After all, Savanah was his daughter too. But Cody's indifference was alarming. He brushed it off, saying Savanah was just growing up, asserting her independence, and that it was completely normal for teens to pull away from their parents. He seemed convinced that it was all part of the natural order, even though there was a nagging sense in Janelle's gut telling her that something more was happening beneath the surface. For weeks, Janelle had been quietly observing, trying to get a better grasp of what was going on. She'd made a point of asking Savanah where she had been, but her daughter's answers were always vague, never really explaining where she was or who she was with. It wasn't until Janelle ran into one of Savanah's friends at the local coffee shop that a new piece of the puzzle fell into place. The friend, a girl named Ashley, mentioned casually that Savanah had been staying with her aunt. Janelle was taken aback. Savanah's aunt. She had no idea what aunt this friend was referring to, nor had she ever heard of Savanah spending significant time with a relative on that side of the family. It was at that moment Janelle realized that she had been left in the dark. Savanah wasn't just staying over at a friend's house after school. She was living with someone else. But who? And why hadn't Savanah felt comfortable enough to tell her? Janelle immediately tried to contact Savanah, but the messages were either left unanswered or replied to with the same vague, unhelpful responses. Just chilling with family, mom, or I'm fine, don't worry. It wasn't like Savanah to shut Janelle out like this. They had always had an open, trusting relationship. Janelle had done everything she could to make sure her kids felt safe and heard. So why now was Savanah pulling away so completely? The question echoed in Janelle's mind as she sat with a cold, uneasy realization. Was Savanah running from something? Was there more to her departure from the Brown home than simply growing up? Janelle decided to take action. She called Robin to discuss her concerns, hoping to get some insight from the woman who had a closer relationship with her kids than most of the others. Robin had always been a kind, supportive figure for the younger Brown children, but even she seemed confused when Janelle asked if she knew where Savanah had been. She's been spending a lot of time with her aunt, Robin confirmed, though she didn't offer further details. Janelle pressed her for more information, but Robin only mentioned that it was family stuff and left it at that. The sense of isolation hit Janelle like a wave. Her family, once tightly knit, now felt fractured in a way that she had never imagined. The distance between her and Cody had become so vast that it was almost impossible to bridge. And now, her relationship with Savanah, her baby girl, the one she had always been able to count on, was slipping through her fingers as well. Desperate for answers, Janelle decided to take a more direct approach. She drove to the home of Savanah's supposed aunt, a woman she had never met. When she arrived, her heart raced in her chest as she rang.